let me know in the comment section if anybody's there while I'm driving right now. I'm here, I'm concentrating on the road, of course, and talking about money-making activity when it comes to day trading. So this is something what is just very important, is that a money-making activity in day trading is that you understand in what direction the market is going at. Not every day, not every week, but at least you have in the next 3 to 5 weeks, if you trade always for just 1 or 2 hours, just a small idea on what direction the market is going. And if that's the case, of course, it's like, what of these markets, which one is efficient? That means if you take, for example, a S&P 500 or a Euro US dollar, and you just know the market a bit, then you know already that this market is running for like 30 minutes to 5 hours or even more in just one direction, or just stays in one direction. And that's just something what is just very important, is to understand that once the market is going in one direction, that that we can just assume that the market will continue, like go further there. And if it doesn't, if the market just stays there, that we just do nothing. That's just something what is really important when it comes to day trading. So the thing is now, the S&P 500 future and the Euro US dollar, they're both bound to the US dollar. That means S&P 500 biggest American companies, and also the euro, of course, is also bound to the US dollar. And the problem is just with that when US dollar has some troubles, both markets will have some troubles, and your money too. If you start trading and entering your trade, it means like investing your money. So it's better just to take one market, and the better market is the S&P 500, because the S&P 500 gives you statistically, if you would just trade a red and a green candle, or a green and a red candle, or just a green and a red just a green or a red candle standing alone, will give you more opportunities by just trading 1 or 2 hours than the Euro US dollar. That's fact. And you only need to trade like 1 or 2 hours. So taking both markets in consideration, the Euro US dollar and the S&P 500, that doesn't make that much sense. And this is the main reason why concentrating on one market is the most important thing. Understanding in what direction the market is going at. So in this case, if you can trade to the US session, taking the S&P 500 futures, trading 1 or 2 hours, and if you can't trade the S&P 500 futures because the US session time is out of your time after your work or whatever you're doing, whatever your time is for your trading in a routine, if you only can trade before the US session couple of hours, then it would be the Euro US dollar. I mean, it's still fine. It's still fine to have like 10 or 15 signals, and it also depends on how strong these signals are. Melissa says hello Melissa, back. It also depends how strong these signals are. That means, for example, if you just trade for 1 hour and your trading strategy says just taking a 1 minute chart, because we have 60 candles within 1 hour, because if you would take a 5 minute chart, you have just like 12 candles within 1 hour. And it doesn't make any sense, because the market's just pushing within like 15 to 35 minutes for a daily move, and then it's already over. So now the thing is just, if you have the Euro US dollar and you cannot trade to the US session, and you just have those 5 signals where you can put in $100 to get out $500 on average, that's still better than just like having 20-30 signals by investing $100 and get only $100 on average out. Because we first need quantity, we need to understand those signals, and then we can get into quality, and then we trade it first with the demo account. This is something that's very important before using real money. Now, if you use the S&P 500 futures, you will have minimum 15 to 30 or 50 signals, 50, and this is amazing. Because with like 30 to 50 signals, where you can put in $10 and get $50 an average out, and what's also pretty cool is where you can also do exactly the same and put in 100 or 350, like $1,000 inside, and can get $5,000 each out. No financial advice, very important, but that's how money management works. Let's just say we take a $3,000 account, $30 a trade or $10 a trade, that it's all about these signals, like how much money can I put in into that trading signals if it's just a green candle, and how much money can I get out. And if you have 20-30 signals of it, then you can let yourself time to find these 5 or 10 good trading signals. But if you cannot trade to the US session, if you can trade only like 5 hours before, I mean, so it be. So it be than the Euro US dollar, where you have just like half or 1/3 of the amount of signals, but you still would have enough signals to trade with. That's just what I wanted to say, right? So what is the first step when you start on trading, or when you experience? By the way, let me know in the comment section if you are in the beginning of your trading, or if you are already minimum like 1 year, 2 years figuring out what to trade, what strategy. And the thing is, like, if you can't see a light right now, like what is the money making activity, it must be simple. And it must be also, and this is something very important, it must be also clear, right? So that you understand. I think, yeah, I'm driving so safe as I can. Like, there's no car in front of me, it's just driving straight right now. So the thing is just like, the money making activity is you start your trading in the US session, or to the session where the market has enough movement. You make sure you take a 1 minute chart, because so you have enough candles, 60 candles within 1 hour. And then you make the chart small enough that you can see 1.5 days minimum on the chart. And you want to see all of those candles, and don't just don't just make the candles too small. Very important, make them fully on your screen. You would be almost like, you can't see that there are candles actually because it's so small. But what you can see now is structure. And what you do is you take a square and you make it 1 or 2 hours front, where you can see the future. So by then